Hey guys, I have another pick a card ready for us. This is what is the lesson, okay? So this is what am I supposed to be learning in this situation? Or why do I keep seeing a pattern of the same things happening in my life over and over again? I pulled a couple extra cards to give us the most for our time here, guys, okay? So, before we get into it, I just want to say hello. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks for all the love and support. Your timestamps, ways to book with me, ways to donate to the channel are in your description box, okay? And then you're going to also see that in the comment section. I started adding that down there too, guys, okay? So, we're going to pick a color. This would be 1, 2, 3, or 4, okay? So, blue, yellow, pink, orange. I'm only telling you the colors just in case you're viewing this, like the colors might change depending on what kind of screen or setting you have on your phone or wherever you're viewing this, computers too, okay guys? Not to insult your intelligence, really, it wasn't. Okay, so as usual, pause the video if you need to. Please meditate. Think about this, okay? Take your time, and I will see you at your pile, okay? All right, pile number 1. Let's get into this. Something I didn't mention in the opening is that if you find yourself stuck in a situation and you find yourself going through a loop, the same things over and over and over again, it's so important just to kind of pause and look for the lesson, okay? That lesson is what's going to unlock this loop for you, okay? So keep that in mind moving forward in your life. So I got to remind myself to say that in piles 2, 3, and 4, okay? All right. So what is the lesson here, okay? Straight out of the gate, I get the fear. I get a fear. I think we're stuck. You're still in the past here, you know, with these 2 energies, okay? And really this is this could be full knowledge of what exactly you're afraid of, or this could you know, just be subconscious things, okay? And I know a lot of us talk about fear. I know a lot of us you know, we all say it's an illusion, but really what fear is really about, you know, it's really us taking a look at our own inner demons, okay? We're really just looking in the face of what we fear the most, and we're really projecting it out there, you know? So there might be things that you're terrified of, but really it's a matter of you just looking at your own self in some ways. It's the scariest parts of who you are. The idea with that, though, is that you can overcome any kind of fears, whether it is childhood, like things that have happened from your childhood, but you can easily overcome this, okay? And it's just a matter of pushing yourself a little bit every day out of that comfort zone into the place that you're scared the most, okay? So maybe it is also that you have to do some kind of childhood shadow work here, okay? Maybe it is the fear of being abandoned, or the fear of being rejected or something like this here, okay? Excuse me. You know, but for me, I would just strongly suggest that it is time to like really evaluate that pattern. It's that fear, okay? Really take a look at this fear that you possess, okay? And it is created by you, and you projecting it out there, okay? Sorry. Okay. It is very possible that you have somehow created a pattern of living in a lack mindset, okay? Because I do feel that there are some concerns regarding money here. Perhaps you're worrying that you'll never have enough money. I get the sense that you get fearful of being used by other people, okay? And I get the sense too that this is very possible that you are trying to make those changes. You are wanting something different here. You're wanting something more here, okay? In a couple different aspects of your life. And I'm not just saying just about money, but it's just in a couple different aspects, okay? So living in a lack mindset is probably, I'm going to say where this pattern is for you, okay? It's living in the fear of not ever having enough, okay? And it is very possible that this did start back in childhood for you, okay? But we have to learn how to forgive the past. We have to learn how to be okay with what has happened in the past, okay? And I know some circumstances are different than the others, but we have to learn how to forgive. If somebody has done something to you, it's important to forgive them. Forgive yourself for carrying this for so long, you know? And really, it's about bringing your mindset back into a state of abundance instead of living in that lack, okay? It's time to reclaim this. Whether this is the lack of money, a lack of love, you know, that sense of security, it's just time to start reclaiming that, okay? You can do that, like I said, by pushing yourself a little bit every day outside of your comfort zone, just a little bit every day into something that scares you here, okay? Little bits at a time, okay? You don't have to gobble up that demon all in one day, okay? You don't even have to have this all figured out in one day, okay? But it's important to at least push yourself a little bit, okay? Now, with this being a little bit of like a subconscious thought here, you're gonna have to be a little more mindful of what you're telling yourself, okay? So it's important to rewrite that script of you'll never have enough, you'll never have love. I see that a lot in the comments too. I see people saying, I just give up. I'll never have that. I'll never get what you're explaining in this video. I'll always be broke. I see that so much. And even saying that in a comment or posting that on Facebook or somewhere, you're projecting that out to the universe, saying that, okay, I'll never have it. I'll never have it, So if you're constantly saying these things, you're never going to see this in your life, okay? You have to be willing to work on what you're saying here, okay? You have to willing to put in the work and pay attention to that inner dialogue and start rewriting that, okay? So using some daily affirmations is a really good idea for this, okay? Maybe it is about you forgiving people in your past here, okay? Working on some so working on this wounded child here, okay? I can see the anxiety in this, okay? There's anxiety that goes through here. So maybe you are somebody who deals with a lot of anxiety, and really anxiety is about hanging on to the things that have happened in the past and projecting them into the future, okay? So we have to heal that part of your past that's, you know, telling you that the history is going to repeat itself here, because if you don't work on it, it is going to repeat itself. It'll be the only thing in your life you'll ever see is this constant cycle of that lack mentality, always living in fear and never really trying to push yourself out of that comfort, okay? And I know pushing yourself out of that comfort is probably the scariest thing to ever do, but this is how we grow, okay? If we don't push ourselves, we're not growing. We're not doing anything with ourselves. We might as well just be couch potatoes and gain a bunch of weight and do nothing with our lives, okay? But this is the encouragement, okay? Come out of this comfort. Come out of this negative talk. Come out of this fear vibration. Forget about what happened in the past, okay? I shouldn't say forget about it because it taught you something, but forgive this energy of anything that's happened in the past. Forgive it all, okay? Just really, really, forgiveness is the key to unlocking and getting back into your own freedom here, okay? It's releasing those chains to the past. I have to be honest with you, okay? So push yourself a little bit here, okay? At least try it. I always suggest you just want to do a little something every day. You can even start off in a little something each week, okay? So if you have like social anxiety, something that I recommend to my coaching clients is that if you're afraid to be out in public and have, you know, standing around large groups of people, start off slowly, okay? Start off slowly. I would say like maybe go to the library one day out of the week, and you're gonna laugh. Library? What the hell is a library, right? Nobody goes to the library anymore. But go to a small coffee shop once a week, or just do something so that you get comfortable with being out in public, and then move into something just a little bit bigger. But do it at your pace. You know, you got to push yourself a little bit, okay? So think of the things that you can do to push yourself a little bit here, okay? Don't force yourself to do it. Otherwise, you'll freak out. You'll create more anxiety for yourself, more fear, okay? But really, do something here that you're capable of handling, okay? So with that being said, that was a little long-winded, guys, but I really want you to fully grasp what this lesson is here for you, okay? I really want to see you guys go above and beyond anything that you ever thought you could possibly do here, okay? The possibilities are endless for you, you know, and the things that you want to do with your life, you know? So let me know in the comments how this has resonated with you. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up. I will see you in our next video. Love you. Bye. Alrighty, pile number 2. Something I wanted to mention to you before I even got into your pile here, okay? When you find your life in a constant loop, the same things, you know, coming back around to you over and over again, it's so important to look for the lesson, okay? I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the reading, so I wanted to make sure that you heard it again, just in case you didn't know. But if you stop and you take a minute to find the lesson in whatever is happening in your life, that's really the key that unlocks this for you, okay? So just, you know, either pause or meditate or whatever. It'll help you find It'll help you unlock everything, okay, there. And once you find the lesson, you can move forward with your life. You know, that's what's important here. Otherwise, it just keeps coming back. It's a constant loop, okay? So, where do I begin? Where do I begin? We got a lot going on here, guys. So let's see. These two cards here are tying in for me very, very well here. Okay. I'm gonna steal a line from one of my favorite readers, Ramblin' Mike, and his interpretation of the Hanging Man. Okay. The Hanging Man is hung by his ankle, not by his neck. And he has full capability of releasing himself from this position. And when he said that, I said, oh my God, that makes so much sense. So I'm going to share that with you. If you guys don't know who Rambling Mike is, find him. He's hilarious. He is, wow. He's an amazing reader here on YouTube. Anyways, I love him a bunch. So anyways, let's get into this. So, here you are in this energy. You're in this deep pain, this deep wound, probably a lot of betrayal, a lot of loss. And you're stuck there. And it's almost like that is your loop right there. You know what I'm saying? But I think that you have the potential for a new beginning, but I think you have to remember that you are fully capable of coming out of this restraint here, okay? You're only bound up by your ankle, not by your neck, okay? So that's why the Hangman is so important in a tarot spread, because it is up to you. It is up to you to see things in a different way, okay? It's about you surrendering and letting go and pausing. Maybe this is that there is this need for forgiveness here. I get the sense too that there might be some need for forgiveness. However, I get the feeling that you're getting tangled up in situations that are not necessarily involving you. Okay? Like there's unnecessary drama coming through this. But unnecessary concerns, unnecessary relationships, people. I get a small sense that this could be tying into a romantic partner as well. Okay, but you have to learn how to take a step back and say, you know what, this isn't mine. This isn't mine. I can't be the hero for everybody. I have to take care of myself too, okay? I have to learn how to leave this alone instead of getting so caught up in what's happening here, okay? And maybe it isn't just being caught up in drama. Maybe it's just being caught up in the pattern of life. That I have to go to work and I have to do this and I have to do that, and not really seeing that you have other options, you know, because you do. But I think you have to learn how to recognize when things are not for you, when people are not for you, especially if they're filled with drama and chaos. You have to learn to recognize that right away and stop, you know, I always say give people the benefit of the doubt, but, you know, paying attention to the red flags when you first see them, okay, in people. I really think that it'll spare you so many years of like heartache and pain, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also really getting that there's a sense of rejection in this, okay? There's a sense of rejection, whether this was rejected by friends, rejected by a business, a romantic partner, something like this here. But I'm feeling so guided to say this, but you know, when you are rejected from something, it is the universe's way of protecting you from anything else here, okay? From any more betrayal, any more loss, any more painful experiences here, okay? So that's kind of like something that I need you to remember. It's coming through so strong. I just want you to remember that here, okay? Being rejected is a good thing. It's a good thing. It's the way the universe is putting you on the right path for better things here, okay? Better beginnings, okay? But you also have to use your better judgment here, guys. You have to learn how to surrender to things, surrender to like letting go of people that maybe put you down, people that cause drama in your life. Get away from these people, you know. They're the source of your constant cycle. It's like you want to be the hero, but you find yourself getting sucked in, and then this doesn't even pertain to you for some of you guys, okay? But this is like the resistance to the end, you know? Especially here, you resist this energy for something different, okay? But you have to pull away. You have to see things in a different light here, okay? Gosh, and you don't have to, you know, too. And I get the feeling that for some of you, you almost have to change who you are to fit into this energy up here. You know, it's like you're not comfortable being who you are. So you kind of change who you are just to have friends, maybe just to have a partner. But it's like you almost have to lower your standards to have a relationship or fit in somewhere. This is the two combined. That's what I'm gathering with this here, okay, guys? So in this energy, we have a lot going on. Everything I said needs to be evaluated because this is where your lessons are, okay? So don't take what I'm saying lightly. If this is ringing true to your heart, please take the time to listen to this, okay? Listen to yourself. Again, if you are finding yourself in the middle of total chaos, confusion, drama, the word drama keeps coming through here. That drama, you have got to learn how to let it go here, okay? Let it go. It doesn't belong to you. It's gonna start affecting everything else in your life, okay? Any past hurts, betrayals. It's time to put some forgiveness on this, okay? Because the next time I want to see you, I want to know that this is ended for you. Because we're not letting go. We're not ending this situation, okay? Things will not get better because you, things won't get better until you, I guess you can say, it's just recognizing who your real people are, you know, and everything else that I mentioned before, okay? All right, so let me know in the comments below. I just heard don't lower your standards again, okay? Don't lower those standards. But let me know in the comments below. And don't change who you are. Sorry, they're cutting me off. I love that. Don't change who you are. Be yourself here. Be yourself. Be okay with who you are. Okay? So, again, I'm going to try this again. Let me know in the comments below how this is resonating with you. And make sure to give the video a thumbs up if it has. And I will see you in our next video. Love you. Bye. Alrighty, pile number 3. Before I get into this, because I forgot to mention something at the beginning of the video, but if you find yourself in a constant loop, the craziest situations that seem to repeat themselves over and over in your life, take a minute and look for the lesson, okay? Once you find the lesson, you're going to basically be able to unlock that pattern, okay? And you'll be able to move forward in your life, okay? So it's a good idea to always pause and look for the lesson, okay? I think I'm going to make a meme about that. Just look for the lesson. It'll set you free. Something like that, okay? All right. This to me is very simple, okay? This is a lot simpler than piles 1 and 2, okay? We have 2 cards here that talk about alignment, okay? Talk about alignment. And this to me is great, okay? This is, how's the best way to start this off, really? Hold on, let me back up. I understand where I should start now, okay? The pattern in this energy, okay, is that there's this exhaustion from working extremely hard here. It's like you work too hard and you create yourself to come out of alignment, okay? Don't worry, I'm clarifying everything. All of this is gonna make sense when I'm done, even if it takes me a half hour. I'm just kidding. But we are looking at the fear of failure. And you know, the fear of failure, that can actually be our best teacher, okay? I know, holy shit, when we have tower moments, we're like freaking out. We just don't know what to do. But when you have to get used to seeing the tower moment, any kind of disruption in your life as something positive here, okay? And I usually feel like it is the universe's way of saying, listen, you were building this on a weak foundation to begin with. It was going to crumble down eventually, but I'm going to show you what remains here, okay? Whatever's remaining is what you're going to rebuild upon, okay? So get into the habit, get into the mindset of seeing this tower card as something positive, a chance for something new here, okay? For some of you guys, you are afraid that this is going to happen again. And this kind of keeps you in a state of always protecting yourself, and it creates a lot of exhaustion for you, okay? The idea to break yourself from this never-ending cycle is to really see this as, I guess, in a way, like that freedom of being attached to the outcome. I guess this is a really great way to start that off, okay? Getting a really clear vision of what you want and releasing any fears that you have of failing again, okay? I'm using the word again for a small percentage of you, okay? For some of you, don't even want to even start this project, or start this idea or move forward in this relationship because of the failure factor in this, okay? But some of you are still like, I'm afraid to do this again because this is how it went in the past, okay? But really you've learned from past mistakes. You've given the chance to rebuild on things that fell through. You know, for some of you guys, you're still kind of guarding yourself. You're protecting your heart here. You're protecting your assets. You're being very, very careful with money. Some of you guys are still running on this negative thinking. Some of you guys are even ignoring the situation. Any situations that are happening, you just kind of ignore it. You sweep it under the rug. It'll go away. I'll deal with it later. This must be my pick card. I'm a procrastinator. I don't want to deal with certain things in my life. Just sweep it under the rug. It'll go away. Carelessness. I'm feeling carelessness. Yeah, bad habits. That's me. this is all me. I'm just kidding. It's got to be you too. But this is a time of transformation, okay? Allow things to transform, okay? When we get scared of change, it's really, I forget how the saying goes. It's an old Buddhist saying, but we create our own happiness when we don't allow things to change, basically. That's paraphrasing it. But we create that unhappiness, that uncertainty when we don't allow things to change, okay? So you're really, I know it's easier said than done, guys. Like, when it gets scary like that, it's like you almost paralyzed. You just don't know how to move sometimes, okay? But we have to let our guards down a little bit, you know? We have to be able to gain control of what's happening and just and try to remember that some changes are a good thing. I'm saying all changes are a good thing. And some of you guys are going to disagree with me, but you know, because you never know what something, if we don't allow it to change, there might be something really awesome and amazing coming through. But if we put up so much resistance to allowing this to happen, then we'll never get to see what's trying to come through, and we just cause ourselves a lot of stress and misery, exhaustion. I mean, yeah. So in the end of the day, we have to remain calm through this, okay? Remember to just remain calm, maybe meditate, listen to some good music, and get centered, because if you're if you're concerned about another disruption, another tower moment, then you yourself will fall apart. Clearly, you yourself will fall apart in this energy, okay? So just remind yourself that changes are a good thing, okay? This is, I want to go back. I told you this was going to tie in perfectly, but these two cards are all about being in perfect alignment with the universe, with what's happening, being okay, bringing you some peace of mind here, happiness, complete balance of your emotions and even your material assets. You know, everything falls back into place, especially if we are still dealing with tower moments, okay? This is when the dust settles and you can see what remains and build upon that. You know what I'm saying? This is the happily ever after. You're going to be able to rebuild, but this is like, you know, being in perfect and total alignment with what the universe is trying to bring to you, okay? All right. So, please take care of yourself, okay? Take care of yourself. Protect yourself. Again, meditate. Listen to some good music, okay? Try not to run on fear, okay? Just breathe yourself through this, okay? Don't be afraid to start again. And I think that's the lesson here. Don't be afraid to start again, because the outcome of this all turns out perfectly every time, okay? All right, guys. I love you bunches. You let me know. Talk to me about some of your tower moments. I'd love to hear them if you're comfortable with sharing the information down there, okay? Make sure to give the video a thumbs up if it resonated for you. It resonated for me because I'm a procrastinator. Are you a procrastinator? I don't know. Let me know. I will see you guys in your next video. Love you bunches. Bye. Alrighty, pile number 4. What is the lesson? And even before I get into this, because I had to say this in piles 1, 2, 3, and now you guys. Because I forgot to mention it in the beginning of the video, and I felt it was like a really important message. But if you find yourself in a constant loop, the same kind of situations, whether it's romantic, business, something like whatever kind of pattern you're noticing in your life, it's so important just to stop and pause, take a minute and kind of ask yourself, what is the lesson? What am I here to learn in this pattern? Okay. Once you're able to recognize what the lesson is, it's really, I was saying it's like the key ingredient to unlocking that pattern so that you can move forward in your life, you know. And I also did say that it is, if you don't find the lesson, you're going to continue to be in this pattern, this crazy loop of craziness over and over again. Okay. So just use that as a teaching tool for you. Okay. For some of you, I know most of you guys know this, but there are some that could use this message. Okay. So let's dive into this. We got a lot going on here. What is the lesson in this? Okay. We are, wow. We're a little bit all over the place, but this to me makes this, all of this is making sense to me. Okay. You're carrying a lot of burdens here, extra responsibilities, a lot of hard work here. And it's almost to the point where you make yourself sick. Okay. You're making yourself physically ill here. Okay. It's throwing you completely out of balance, where you work so hard. However, I'm feeling like, I get the feeling that you work so much, it is to fill a void. There's a void here that you're trying to fill. So it's important for you to kind of take a look into your life and say, what is missing from my life here? And why am I trying to fill this void? And what other healthier things can I do with my life to fill this void? Okay. That's just one interpretation of this energy and how I'm feeling here. Okay. I know a lot of you guys in this energy are confused. You're distorted. But there's also an energy in here that makes me feel that there's this, I guess, a sense of compromising, okay? Because right now you're compromising your health, okay? And I think it is because you're taking on way too much of things that are not for you, okay? So some of you guys are probably raising children. Maybe you are a single mother and father. Or maybe you are just putting in extra time at work to get your mind off your troubles, okay? And that in itself can turn into some kind of an addiction, okay? We just bury our head in what we know so we don't have to feel something. You know what I mean? That's where addictions come from, really. It's just avoiding that pain, avoiding avoiding it all. You know, anything that hurts us. You know, we live in denial. You know. But we have to move past this. We have to let go of this. We have to get into a place of forgiveness. And I'm sure you've heard me say this a few times, okay? Forgiving people, forgiving ourselves is really, it really hands us the key to unlocking everything for us, okay? It's unlocking our freedom, okay? If we're hanging on to things that people have done to us in our past, we are still allowing them to control us, okay? The situations from the past are still controlling us, okay? So wrap your head around that, you know, and ask yourself, are there people in your past that are still controlling you in this very moment? Are they still controlling you? You know? So take that key of forgiveness and unlock it and set yourself free from this, okay? And stop living like it didn't exist, it never happened, okay? Because you're keeping yourself chained to the past, okay? We have to let this go. You have to let that go. And that's your lesson. That is your lesson. You have to stop avoiding that, okay? You have to stop carrying the burdens of whatever happened, okay? You have to stop denying that it happened, okay? Stop trying to mask it. Stop trying to cover it up in this energy. And I do. Wow, this is a lot deeper than I was feeling, okay? Than when we first opened this, but this is really getting deeper for me. I know this is all challenge. This is all challenge. But I think the lesson here is to really see what's happening here. Really assess what happened, okay? Get some clarity on this and realize that you are afraid to move forward. You're afraid to look at it. You're afraid to look at it. So you fill the void with something else here. And maybe it is burying yourself in so much work to avoid this pain. Okay? This is all pain. All four of these cards are pain. Not so much that one, but so the lesson here is to really embrace the thoughts of forgiveness, okay? Again, it's time to make amends. It's time to make amends with the past. It's time to release this, okay? It's time to release this because you're going to cause yourself a lot of physical, if you haven't already started to experience it, you will start to experience some kind of physical ailments as a result of harboring all this shit here. This is a harboring of shit, avoiding it, not looking at it, not taking care of it. And it's hard. It's hard to look back. It's hard to look at this because it hurts. It hurts like nothing else. Like, yeah, this is deep. This hurts, okay? And I get it. But again, embrace the idea of just placing forgiveness on this. And set yourself free from this, okay? Forgiveness is your freedom out of this pain and this torture. That way you can replace that void with something happier, something healthier. Okay? For some of this energy, I don't know why I'm seeing that. I'm seeing a couple of things. I'm seeing a grandmother wanting her grandchildren, and I'm seeing a mother wanting her children back. So maybe or your children were taken away here. Please don't talk about this in the comments, okay? If it is this, okay? You can always email me, but don't talk about this in the comments. This is way deeper than I don't want you to put that out there unless you're comfortable with it, okay? But there was a separation of something. There was a death of somebody in this too, okay? And you know that there'll be nothing to really replace this person. Okay? That hurts. That really does hurt, guys. But there is a time oh gosh, I can't even talk anymore. Okay? Sorry. I myself have become out of balance with this, okay? But listen, you have to know when to let go here. You have to learn. You have to learn. You have to just know when to let go. You don't want to carry this for the rest of your life, okay? You don't want this pain, this hurt, this trauma. This was a crisis. This was a crisis. I'm not like... Anyways. But you don't want this to manifest into something like cancer, okay, guys? Some of you guys are already experiencing the headaches, the tension and the pain in the back, lower kidney, stomach. Okay? Forgiveness. Just wrap your head around what I've said about forgiveness. Okay? And forgiveness isn't something that you're doing for this person. And for a small handful of you as a group of people. But you're not doing this for them. You're doing this for you. You're doing this for the health, for your health. You're doing this. Forgiveness is for you. It's not for them. So, let go. It's time to let go, okay? Get back to loving yourself and don't fill this void with anything bad, okay? Try to make a healthier way to fill this void, okay? Alright, I'm gonna let you go. This is very unexpectedly deep for me, guys. And I apologize that this was a very long message. But let me know in the comments below, only if you're comfortable with talking about this, okay? Make sure to give the video a thumbs up, and I will see you in our next video. I love you guys bunches. Bye.